All right, greetings, everybody out there. Yes, greetings. This is Art4Truth. We are Art4Truth, and now it's time for Midnight in the Middle. We're gonna jam out a little bit, do some improv, play some guitar, maybe sing a little bit. Let's try this. I've never done this quite like this before. that was a fun little jam. Thank you all very much. All right, hope everyone's having a good time, having a good day. For those of you who celebrate the 4th, I hope you're having a good one. I don't want to really get into it tonight, per se. Sometimes you just need a break from politics and things like that, but I will say this. As far as the 4th of July goes, forgive me, hope I don't offend anybody, but I, for one, do not like or appreciate fireworks at all. In fact, I hear them going off now outside my studio, you know, that's what people do. Big loud noises for no fucking reason. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Sure, I like pretty lights and sparkly things, but the environmental catastrophe of the 4th of July is recorded, it is noted, it's been documented. Causes all kinds of pollution, kills lots of animals, and it terrorizes even more animals. If you have a pet and you light off big ass fireworks, that's you are explicitly going out of your way to do trauma and damage to your pet, whether you think you love them or not. So please keep that in mind. I guess it's a little late if you are. And I'm not trying to preach. Well, maybe I am. I'm trying to share my opinion, I guess is what I'm doing. I don't get fireworks. Noise pollution. Did I mention it terrorizes animals? And not just the pets, alright? My poor cat's freaked out right now. People's dogs and cats are all freaked out. But what about the other animals? The birds, the squirrels, the frogs, and so on and so forth. Or the various animals that would be affected by this. It probably really screws them up, but we don't think about that, do we? Not to mention the pollution that animals will sometimes eat or choke on. To see a bunch of flashing lights and stuff without all the noise and the pollution and stuff, there are drugs for that. Much safer, much better for you and the environment and everyone else than fireworks. You're not going to blow your hand off or shoot a bottle rocket into a 4-year-old's eye. If you have your sitting comfortably in your chair inside and seeing all the beautiful, beautiful lights and colors in your mind. So that's what I have to say about the 4th. There's very good reason to dislike the holiday for its political reasons. There's very good reason to like the holiday for its political reasons. It just depends on your point of view, where you're coming from and where your heart is. But for me, ultimately, I do not like the holidays. Next one is going to be an instrumental number. It's called Staring at the Apples. staring at the apples. It's always a little bit different, but it definitely has some parts that are consistent. This here is quite a delicious, pretty powerful cup of tea, actually. Not even caffeinated. It's been 4 days for me without, let's see, without THC, without alcohol, without sugar, without caffeine, and certain types of media or podcasts that I find distracting, although enjoyable, but I feel like aren't very productive. And yeah, doing a detox in a number of ways. This herbal tea is really good. I just picked the herbs actually today from my garden. Well, not just today, actually, some of them were from the other day, but nonetheless. Chamomile, fresh chamomile from our garden, everything's from the garden. Chamomile, oregano, lemon balm, and a little bit of thyme. It's a very strong and delicious herbal tea. Calming. I'm gonna do another bit of a jam. What is that? That's a weird thing. Alright, let's try something here. Something I enjoy, if you haven't done it in a little while. I'm going to do it a little bit better than that. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, by the way, it's after midnight, 12:03, so it is officially the 5th of July. You can put them fireworks away now. Whoops. All right, well, that was a fun little jam. Thank you all very much. Let's do it 15 minutes or so. All right. The sea, the ocean, and outer space. They have deep metaphysical similarities. Similarities, is that the word? Connection. I believe that the water we experience, do I believe? This is pretty new in my philosophy. I hypothesize. Let me put it that way. I hypothesize that the water that we know of, our beautiful blue watery planet, is such because it's a simulation of the deep metaphysical water that houses the life of the universe. There is something about water that is not entirely of this world. There is something about water that is not entirely of this dimension. I've had a number of experiences going into the other side, so to speak. Oh, so fucking beautiful. Yes, it is. But I've had these experiences, and several of these experiences brought me underwater, or brought me to the realm of water and the creatures of the sea. Some of them would make Megalodon look like a smiling little goldfish, or Nemo. Yeah, that's it. They would make the Megalodon look like Nemo. Fish eat fish. Whether it's here on Earth or in the metaphysical realm. I wonder what that means. I've had experiences where the water goes right into space, right into outer space. It's like the atmosphere is a filter for us, but the reality is that one flows into the other. Or I shouldn't say that's the reality, that's the hypothesis that it's the reality. entirely, although it does live in the sea. It also flies in this outer space. I mean, think about it. Life comes from water. There was no life on land. Life didn't start on land. Life moved to land. It was a goopy, liquidy, primordial stew of organic materials from which the first life was synthesized. So I hypothesize. And our biodiversity is a mere spit in a bucket of the biodiversity of the interdimensional realms. We are, I was going to say something rather insulting actually, or negative. I'm trying not to do that. We are deeply mistaken, tragically mistaken, we'll put it that way, tragically mistaken to ignore the interdimensional realms of reality that exist within us all the time, within and without us. That deep delving into the psychic realms is not a enormous part of of science and psychology and art and religion or spirit. Let's take religion out of spirituality, please. Spirituality. That it is not a major focal point of study for academics and artists alike. Is one of the biggest mistakes that humankind is making. How did we get so fucking grounded? How did we lose our connection to the other realm? To the countless beings that guide us and probably brought us here? I mean, we are not just this. We're this, we're this, we're so much. And we're everything else. And how does that happen? How does that work? Well, how are we going to figure that out if we just use microscopes and equations? It just doesn't make any sense. So much of our being, so much of our essence is feeling, existing, being, aware, visualizing, the imagination, the existence of things in our mind. It is not exclusive to thought. It's in the atmosphere, it's in space, it's in the universe, and we connect to it and share it. The cloud is not just a computer thing. The cloud is a real thing. There's actually a thing, I believe it. forgive me if I'm wrong, my academics are weak, but I think it's Hindu-based. Maybe it's something else. But anyways, no, maybe it is something else, now that I think about it. And I always, no matter how many times I try to say it or remember it, I always get the pronunciation wrong. One of these days I'll actually say it, but there's a certain records, I guess, Saki Records. I'll sound foolish by getting it wrong and saying it wrong, but that doesn't matter. The point is, the concept that there's a great record of every piece of knowledge and information in the omniverse that we can tap into and are also part of is an ancient concept that we're starting to rediscover has some grounding in reality, if it is not the basis of reality. Anascozzi Records? Anascozzi? No. Maybe. I don't know. I gotta look it up, and next time I sing about it, I should actually know what I'm talking about. But I do know that there is a thing, and it is the cloud, basically, of information we can tap into. Beings are meant to understand things, to learn, to grow, to contemplate, to have an imagination, then we are doing ourselves the greatest disservice you can imagine by stifling and hampering and litigating the imagination. Actually making it illegal to use your fucking imagination. Can you believe that? It makes no sense. Illegal to discover your consciousness, illegal to grow in your spirit. We're dealing with a lot of injustice right now. We're dealing with reconciling a lot of historical injustice. And I respect that. Appreciate it and support it, but I wonder if we focused on the legalization of consciousness, the decriminalization of the spirit, and the methods of which people can connect greater to it, if our other problems, Black Lives Matter, everything else, our inequities, our extreme poverty, all that, I wonder if that wouldn't be better served by focusing on legalizing consciousness so that we can all better understand and work and come together and make these problems go away. Because without an expanded, extended consciousness and connection to each other, we're just going to keep fighting over and over and over again. One side beats the other, then they'll be tyrannical, then the other side, then there'll be another division, and so on and so forth, until we figure out how to do it without that. How we can make changes without violence, how we can connect and change the world without making the world our enemy. So yes, we need to legalize mind and consciousness. It's ridiculous that they've made living illegal. And on that note, I hope everybody had fun, had a good weekend so far. good day and a good life will be cut off in a minute, so I'm going to bid you adieu. This has been Art4Truth with the Midnight in the Middle Jam. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll be back again at some point to do this, I'm sure. I'm not doing it every day like I was, but I might do it on the weekends. Try to go to bed a little bit earlier on, because I'm trying to do a little early to bed, early to rise thing, but I'm a night owl, it's kind of tough. So we'll see. But we'll be back with Midnight in the Middle again. In the meantime, thank you all very much for your ear and your time. Have a great one, and we'll see you soon. Oh yeah, keep making art. For I believe that if we have not a weapon, but if we have a tool in our that we can use to prevent the inevitable artificial intelligence and robots that are absolutely going to happen, to prevent them from taking over and being cold and heartless, we have a tool to prevent that from happening, and us all working together to evolve, and it's called art. So keep that in mind. Thank you very much. Have a good night.